WT for TST, and today I'm delighted to be welcomed by Sam The Savage Eggington. Hello, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm all right, pal. Yeah, I'm good, mate. Cheers.
You look knackered.
I am, pal. I'm tired, man. I've been training. Been training.
First day back?
Yeah, first spar back. So
First spar back.
yeah.
Oh, mate. Well, listen, what I want to do today really is do it a little bit different, or try to, and just start to get to know you as Sam rather than the Savage or Sam the Boxer. So will you take the viewers back to what it's like growing up, Birmingham, anything that, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, it was fine. You know, mum and dad. I've got two older brothers and an older sister. So yeah, it was as is normal, really. I mean, you know, we went to school. We come back. Yeah, it was good, mate. It was a normal upbringing, I presume.
All right, mate. Thought it might be a bit more to it than that, but all right. So how did you get into boxing then? Where did that go? How did you start?
Well, like when we was kids, my older brother boxed. I say he boxed. He went to the gym a few times. Um, he quit quite fast. And then the brother under him went to the gym, and he started boxing. He had a few fights. And I kind of followed. On after that. We all quit. You know, when you hit teenagers, as most do, because there's always better things to do, ain't there, when you're a teenager. And I just went back for some reason. I don't really know why. I went back at about 16, I think. And it's just gone from there, snowboard, really.
So did you ever spy your brothers?
I sparred, yeah, the one above me. I sparred a few times. The one above that he weren't really into it. He kind of just tagged along because, you know, the rest of us were out of the house, so he had to be with us. But yeah, he didn't enjoy it much.
Are you still all close now as well?
Yeah, we all speak. Yeah, it's like I say, normal. I think, you know, I think it's normal to us anyway. So yeah, everything's normal. We all speak, we all get along, and yeah.
All right, listen, we're going to fast forward then, mate. Let's go to fight camp. What was it? What I want to know is what it's like, not necessarily just fighting behind closed doors, because I'm sure you did that loads of times in amateurs anyway. But I mean, what was it like going in? You test, you're getting locked up for however many hours. What was that like?
It was. I mean, it was hard. Don't get me wrong, but for me, you know, I got three kids, so for me to go and sit in a hotel for a full week and get my work done was like bliss. You know, that shit all the time if I could. But no, it was hard. Like you say, everyone had their tests, and everyone was still walking around in mass. I didn't get it. I was like, all our tests were all, you know, clear, but everyone was still walking around in mass. You had to book your time into the little gym in the hotel. Yeah, like I say, it was hard, but it was something that, you know, I thought was great. I mean, I'd do it every fight if I could.
Seemed to work. The bubble from other people I spoke to, it seemed to really work from having everybody there. What was
Yeah,
it like if you saw Ted, or what was it like in the corridors, or all
I
good?
mean, to me, it's nothing. I mean, other people, you know, seeing their opponent maybe, but for me, so I wore off a duck's back, pal. You know, if I saw Ted, I didn't speak to him. I don't speak to him. I've never spoken to him before, so there's no reason to sit down and have a conversation now. So, nah, it was like if I seen him, I just is what it is. Kind of just walk past and I had nothing to say really. It's just
Just crack
normal.
on. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just a lot of fighters were saying that they didn't, even Dillian White being outside of the camp, not wanting to, see anybody.
yeah. Some
Oh,
people need that. Some people need that needle to get into the ring and really put it on. But to me, pal, it's a job. You know, as long as I'm getting paid, um, I don't have to hate someone to fight them. I don't have to. If I see them having massive arguments and that, look, you know, it's a job. I get in there, I do my work, and go home.
you still got the love for boxing? You still love it or not?
To be fair, pal, yeah, it's gonna sound crazy, but weren't in the plans to turn professional and win titles, and I'd literally quit amateur boxing for about a year. I had my son at 17. I'd quit amateur boxing for about a year. Got made redundant from my job, and at this point, Craig Cunningham, we used to go to the same. You know Craig Cunningham.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to go to the same amateur gym, and obviously he was turning over proper, trying to find all the. And I'd heard about the journeyman thing. I got made redundant. I said to Craig, "Is there any chance I can come up to your gym and speak to your manager, coach, whatever, see if you can put me on the road?" And that's literally, if I didn't get made redundant from my job at the time, I'd have never turned professional. I ain't lost the love for boxing that I used to have, because it weren't really in my plans to turn professional and love it, and really, it's just how
It's a job, you said, isn't it? It's a job for you.
Yeah, it is.
So what's next, Sam?
I mean, I'm hoping for a rematch. I feel like I've done more than enough. And I say, I know it's going to sound like I'm going back on myself, but it's not that I don't love boxing. I do like boxing, and I always want to win, don't get me wrong, but it's not the be-all and end-all, do you know what I mean? But it's not great losing, but I don't feel like I lost the last fight, so it's really giving me a chip on my shoulder. Like, I really want that rematch, and like I said, I don't like losing, but I'm a good loser. If I lose, I'm happy to say it just weren't my night. The other kid was better on the night.
Which you've showed in the past.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I've never been bitter and, or anything like that, but this one, I felt like someone done me wrong on this one, and I really want the rematch. And I've heard all the right things, so, fingers crossed it'll happen before Christmas. And that's what I'm planning for.
Oh, that'd be great, mate. I think a lot of people that were watching it, a lot of people in the press, they've also talked about you having it 2, him 1. It was really even. I mean, I think a lot of people scored it so differently to what the judges did. But listen, I think everyone will want to watch that again. I mean, I think that was the outstanding fight of the fight camp, if I'm honest. I know it was the first headline, but people were talking about the Bassoon Taylor and stuff, but I loved your fight. I thought it was nip and tuck.
It was a good. I've watched bits of it back. I haven't watched it all, but
you don't watch it all?
Nah.
No, you can't do it.
I can't stomach it, pal. I can't stomach it. If I get the rematch nailed down, I'll watch it. Until then, I don't see the point.
Would you do anything different? Not that you want to give much away.
That's all I can say. I didn't do anything wrong the first time. From what I've been told, I boxed better than I've ever boxed before. And this is the thing, like, I'll get slagged for going in the ring and having an all-out war, coming out bust up, and people say, "Oh, Sam, shit, you don't box, you get hurt, he's gonna have problems, brain problems, or he does get hit." That's if I win a fight, you know what I mean? So I go in there doing something different, and because I'm not doing what I normally do, it's like they're thinking, "Oh, Sam's not having an all-out war here, so he can't be winning." It's just, I can't do right from doing wrong. So, but I don't think I'd change anything. I've done pretty much everything right the first time from what I've been told. I felt like I'd done everything right, but like I say, I'm not a bad loser, so I don't get out and hit the roof. I wish on the night I'd have said something. Instead, I got out of the ring, I done my interview, and I went home. Really, I wish I'd have said, look, had a bit of at least said something in the interview about, I don't feel like I lost that fight. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't. I just, I done my interview and I went home, and that's
the professional thing to do, mate.
Yeah, I think I should have made a little bit of noise, really, but it's.
Well, it's time now, isn't it? Let's get the noise made, and hopefully, mate, you'll get that rematch. I definitely think you deserve it, and like I said, I'm pretty sure the British public will all want to watch that one again. 100%. Right, mate. Just before we finish, well, not just before we finish, but I've got a few questions from a few of the followers. Some of them are, I'm going to warn you, some are random, right? So we'll start. William wants to know, how old were you when you first got in the ring?
You have to be 11, don't you? So yeah, 11.
So was it 11? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought yours might have been a bit later, to be fair. All right. Dan has asked, how does it make you feel when you lose a fight you know you won? You might have just answered that.
I've never had this until the last one, and honestly, pal, I ain't thought about nothing else. I've had sleepless nights. I'm not even kidding. It's not nice. Yeah, it just nags at you more than anything. It's always in the back of your mind. So yeah, it's not great.
We got that from before, but it's on here, so I better ask it.
Yeah.
Clinton's question is: if you could challenge for any belt, what would it be? Tough one, that, isn't it?
It's hard because everyone goes WBC, and the
Because everyone likes
WBC.
green, mate.
Yeah, it's a lovely belt. But I think the WBA Super is really nice as well. So I'd just unify. I'd fight for them all.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, put the ring in there as well, and we get them all.
Right, here's one of the random ones. Are you ready? Emma wants to know if you're a dog or a cat person.
Do you know what? Just before we went to fight camp, my dog died, man. Yeah, I had a big, like a doggy bulldog, like Turner Hooch. I had a big one of them. I had him for about, I think he was 6, I think he was. Yeah, he just died in the garden. Just rolled over and died. So, but yeah, dog more than cat, really.
And Timmy B wants to know your favourite night in boxing, either in the ring or spectating. Tell you what, let's do both. What's your favourite night in the ring?
It has to be the Gavin fight. Has to be. I mean, the Malinard fight was big. I understand that, but you can't beat like two people from the same area. It's
the buzz.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah, it was huge. It was the build up.
You were expected to lose that as well, weren't you? If I remember right.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, not a lot of people had me winning that, and anyone that said they did have me winning it, I didn't believe them anyway. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, not a lot of people had me winning that. To be fair, but yeah, it was probably the best night.
And then what about when you go to the shows? What's the best one you've watched live?
I ain't been to a lot of them, honestly. I don't really go out and watch, but I went to Joshua when he won the title, when he beat Martin. That was huge.
That's a bit ago, wasn't
it? That was a big night. But yeah, it's probably the biggest I've been to. And do you know what though? I go to a lot of small hall shows, and some of the small hall fights I could probably name a few, and no one would know about them. But you go into the small hall shows, and they're unbelievable. You get a 10-rounder for the Midlands, and people really want it. And you'll get better fights, more action and just like guts, just to win that title. Yeah, the small hall shows, you get some fights that people never know about, but if people had watched them, they'd be up there.
Good stuff, mate. Right, so have you got anything to say for fans or for your sponsors, mate, before we finish up?
I'll say I've only got a few sponsors. Westbound Shipping Services, Logistics. They're booming from the start. They're brilliant. I appreciate them all. I've got Midland Sheds and Summer Houses, brilliant people. And Farley and Jones Recruitment, and they've helped me out massively since they've been with me for about a year now, I think. But yeah, I appreciate it all. The fans just get onto radio and tell them we want a rematch. It needs to happen for Christmas. And tell them they need to pay Sam loads of money to do it. Just the regular stuff, really, pal. Yeah.
Right, mate. Great catch up. We'll do it again. Hopefully after you've got your belt back. Yeah.
Definitely, pal.
All right. Thanks very much, Sam. Take care, pal.
Ciao.